Zulkarnaen, born in August 4, 1983, and his educations in a bachelor's degree in visual communication design from 2002 and 2007, and his work experience is a specialist graphic designer at Ruang Guru Indonesia. I can say this is one of the best, one of the biggest education platform online video in Indonesia. Illustrator at Bloomzap Entertainment Singapore, lead concept artist at MSV Studio Jogja Indonesia, 2D artist in Infinite Studio Batam Indonesia, and 2D artist at Gerak Anima Jakarta Indonesia. Some of his big project and clients is NFT and Netflix project artwork for Bird Park Studio in Australia, Creative Media United States, Infinity the Game, Sunstar Studio, Immortal Games Studio, and many international studio. Some of his achievement is featured manga in Silent Manga Audition back in 2015, second place on Comic-Con Challenge 2015 in the United States, top 10 Comic Challenge 2014 in the United States, first place 2D Championship, the Comic Challenge 2011 in the United States, and some other achievement. I'm sorry for my voice, I get a little cough now. So I will hand back to Zulkarnaen. Time is yours.
Stefan, thank you. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Like Irfan said earlier, that I work on several studios at the same time because of the flexibility of working from home. So I can work at 2 or 3 places at the same time. And then after that, I moved back to Solo to start a family. And I got an offer from Boomzap Singapore that I talked with the boss. We work at we met at some of I forget what is it, Singapore Toys and Game. I forgot the last title. We talk about the opportunity, and he said that I can work from anywhere as long as you have internet. That's the first time I work from home. That's 2011. Yeah, we work at. I work at Boomzap. I met a lot of friends. For example, I have friends from Philippines, from Russia, from Ukraine, from India, from Australia. They work at the same studio, but I'm sorry. I have to read this text. Okay. They have a lot of people from outside Singapore, but the base studio is in Singapore. This one. Is this layer visible, everyone?
Yeah, we can see.
On the right side. For example, the game is quite simple. You have to find shuffle. If you see this thing, we open the leaves, and then we use shuffle, and then it revealed an area, and then we can there's a pop-up after this in game. We can choose some item and move to other area. This is for animation. So this is another one that I work on Boomzap. You can zoom in to find a mythical animal. Then I'll show you the characters that I work on this series. Okay, sorry, I'll show you this. So the characters on the left side, but we have to cut out the layers. So the hand, the arm, the lower, and the facial area. We separate the eyes, the close and open eyes, and we provide this PSD for animators. And then there's a lot of goblin. The same with another character. And there's a fairy. There's the non-playable character. The approach is semi-realistic, but they want to make it look like a painterly, like manual painting. So if you zoom in, you see there's a lot of brushstroke still visible. Yeah, this for Punja project, and then this one,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
Yeah,
This one is my early stage to get to the industry. So it's a bit not quite. I'm not quite happy with the quality of the artwork because I'm not developed yet, and it's I still learning at this time. But oh no, so this is Indonesia have local heroes, not local, but I think it's traditional Gatot Kaca. So in 2019, Satria Dewa Studio contacted me and want me to do concept art and splash art for Gatot Kaca movie that gonna be released in 2020 or something. And I have a chance to work on the artwork. So if you're familiar with wayang, which is a traditional shadow puppet, they have what I call it, antagonist character. His name is Gatot Kaca, which is strong, have a huge mustache, and he's the strongest of them all, if I'm not mistaken. And they want to make it a bit modern. You know, the superhero era Avenger, so Indonesia want to make it too. So they rebrand, they want me to redesign the Gatot Kaca from traditional puppet, shadow puppet, into the modern look superhero. And this is the result, the final the character is fighting. And if you want to know the process of working, let me show you. This is already the movie already released, so I can show to everyone. Example, I usually work with very simple and sketchy artwork like this. Sorry. So to communicate with the director and art director, I have to provide quick and sketchy artwork as long as the director already satisfied with the color, the shape, the silhouette, this is enough. You don't have to render more. With the second page, make it more complicated. So I have to provide alternative. The armor is on the shoulder, and this is non-symmetrical. And we have to provide a sketch to so that they can understand how the mask will work for animator. And then this one is the final. But this character, his name is Arjuna, which is a friend of Gatot Kaca. They plan to show the character on the second movie. This is with the mask. This is with the mask. And this the final look of Arjuna. So I have to add several, pattern, and as you can see, so they can look like a traditional shadow puppet, Indonesian shadow puppet. They have to add ornaments and lines that resemble especially Japanese shadow puppet. I think that's all for Indonesia. Gatot Kaca. This one, I can show you this one. This is the gauntlet. If you're familiar with Japan superhero, they usually transform from human to superhero with a belt or a gauntlet on the hand. And I have to make several options. This one. This is with the real actor face. I forgot his name. So this one. If you look closer, it has a lot of details. So these stars is the logo of Gatot Kaca. 8-pointed star. It has not updated for quite some time. So this one is you familiar with Indonesian art or culture. So let me find original Wiro Sableng, ya, Pan, to compare. Yeah, so if you remember, there's a show in MD called Film My Right. So just there's a car, and the car is old and not interesting, and then in Film My Right they have to modify the car and make it look interesting and up to date with nowadays. So yeah, this is original Wiro Sableng. Wiro is actually a name, and Sableng is a local word for I'm sorry, crazy. So he's a bit crazy character. I mean, not a normal person. So Wiro Sableng, his name is quite popular. So as you can see, the iconic headband, pointy, and he have 2, 1, and 2 number on his chest, and then The output is quite simple actually, but for me it's because it's too simple, it's so boring, and I want to make it more interesting for international market. So yeah, that made me make him look like this. So his face is I add a scar and then adding a ring, and then the number, as you can see, the number is a modern number, right? On his chest in the 90s movie series. So I make it with a Japanese number. So it looks more traditional, and you can tell that this is from Java. And then what more? Adding some details, adding some loop. This is I forgot what is to in the Chinese movie they carry this stuff like a water bottle, but there's a lot of alcohol inside. This is for Wiro Sableng, and the other one is yep, as you can see, this is the original costume and the look from the 80s era of Shibuta. We call him Shibuta, the blind from the Ghost Cave. I can translate it to English. So actually, he is a blind warrior. Like in Japan, we have Zatoichi. And yeah, as you can see, the costume is quite simple. A green scale. It's actually from a snake. So I'm not try to say that this design has flaw or something. I just want to make it more, push more creativity and put more creativity into it. So I make it like this. So I want to make his face a little bit more scary, since he's a deadly warrior. I add a tattoo on his face. This is on the comic. He's originally from Java, but I want to make him. Well, Indonesia is not only Java, so I want to make him as a man from Borneo. And well, from this artwork, I get a director, Indonesian, quite famous Indonesian director, contacted me that he want to work with me on the next Shibuta dari Gua Hantu movie, but unfortunately the COVID is happening, so the movie is postponed. So yeah, but I have already made several artwork for him. And then the last one is this, we call him Panji Tengkorak. So yeah, it's quite the same. Panji Tengkorak is quite simple. He just use sarung. Sarung is Islamic clothes to pray. We usually use sarung to pray, but in Panji Tengkorak wear sarung to cover his head. And sarung is quite boring because it looks like just like he's wearing a flannel, the t-shirt flannel, the checkboard, and I think it's quite boring. So I made it look like this red, but with skeleton accent, and I put a traditional word in his forehead. If you can read, it's read Pati, which is death, because he's the like angel of death, and he's wearing a skull as his mask to cover his identity, adding more detail. And mostly I grab the detail from traditional weapon and statue and ancient weapon. This is ancient weapon actually. When I working on this image artwork, working on this artwork, I read the news that in Holland or in US they have a museum that store Indonesian weapon from Majapahit era, and then I saw the weapon. It's quite unique. It's not like Chris. If you saw Chris, the Chris is symmetric and simple, but this weapon is more abstract, I think. And then, yeah, that's some of the story about the artwork. And then, Ivan, what can?
Yeah, the time is perfect. I think it's now 4:35 here in Indonesia, and it's time for question and ask sessions. And we can see we have some questions on the chat box.
Oh.
First questions is from Nisa Mariam. With which tool did you draw these pictures?
Okay, can I answer now?
Yeah.
Okay, which tool? I only use Photoshop. Mainly only use Photoshop. But sometimes I draw from sketch is manually, just to quick sketch how the image will look. Maybe something like this.
So you're still working on paper using pencil and paper?
Oh.
Hello?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
Quite messy in the windows for now. Wait.
Yeah, right. You need to close your screen sharing. Okay.
Yeah, I will show the process. This a sketch. I work on we call another project, but the tool is a manual paper and pencil. That's all, and then move to the Photoshop. I just scan it or take a picture of the image and move from there. Just sketchy, and as long as you can see your ideas and you can see the flow of your design, that's enough for now. And then if you, so for example, this character is a beast from the jungle, and then quick sketch like this, and then after final, it look like this. All in Photoshop. I don't wear 3D or wear another software. I just use Photoshop.
So you're the kind of artist that's still involving traditional manual and drawn on paper, and then you continue the work on Photoshop digitally, correct?
Yep, correct.
Yeah. Okay, we move to the next questions. What kind of hardware are you drawing with a graphic tablet? It's from Elena.
Okay, hello Elena. What kind of hardware? Just a laptop, ROG laptop, and then graphic tablet is, wait. How to stop share? Yeah. Let me show you this one. This is the old tablet. This is not the latest design, the latest version, the latest version of Wacom. This is super old, 10 years or so. So yeah, I feel comfort with this. I don't like working on, if you know Intuos, you have to draw on the screen directly, and I think it's kind of hot on my palm and make it sweaty. And if I want to draw something, my hand is covering the screen, so I'm not quite happy with that method. So yeah, just a traditional graphic tablet, the old graphic tablet, and it still work perfectly. I hope that helped, Alina.
Okay. Okay. We can see someone is raised hand, but I have to make you wait a little more. I have to continue with the questions from the chat box first. Then it's from Winnie. Did you use grayscale in all of your artwork? And if so, is grayscale is a required technique in this line of work for illustrations?
Yeah, but sometimes the art director want me to provide a grayscale artwork for him to review, and is it correct or not. He want me to provide with a grayscale artwork. Most of the time I don't like grayscale because it's wasting time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have Michaela. How long do you work on an illustration?
Hi, Michaela. For a simple illustration, I usually work 2 days, maybe 2 days. If I enjoy the artwork and it's not for a client, like you can see earlier, I want to make it perfect. I want to make it adding more details, adding more dramatic lighting, like Renaissance painting, more time to it. For example, the earlier artwork, I worked for like 3 weeks per artwork.
So it's
Yep.
quite flexible between you working with clients or you working for your own satisfactions. I think we have the last questions. This is from Anita Tantaka, who raised hand from before. So Anita, please, if you can ask directly to Zul.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Beforehand, thank you for sharing your amazing work to us. I want to ask, especially I saw that you drew like various character and also object, but if, between those two, what is the difference between designing like characters and also environment?
I think the difficulties is not quite different for character and environment. For example, a character, if you can see the character is a bit more, in the area, it's cover a small piece of area. If we have A4 size paper, the character usually just a small piece. For environment, it's cover the whole A4 canvas size, but the difficulty is different. The character, we have to put more detail and focus on the character, while the environment, we have to ignore some of area. We can just use a flat color on some area and adding maybe clouds to cover that area. So not all area is have to look details in environment. As the workflow, I think quite the same. We have to start with sketches, provide sketches, and then show the sketches to the director or art director. At that point, we have feedbacks. Is this approved, or is this you need to improve something, or the director will reject the idea of sketches? We have to redo the sketches from scratch.
Okay, we have the perfect timing right now. I think that's all for the guest lecture sessions. And thank you very much, Zulkarnaen, for sharing with us about your work, about your experience, about how you do your work, all the process. And I would say again, thank you for participating in our workshop.